Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm going to be checking out a VTX from Aomway. This is the TX004 and it's still in its packet, so I'll take it out. So these days things like smart audio and the Tramp protocol are becoming a standard in VTXs, and I'm going to predict by the end of the year if a VTX is released without that, then it's going to struggle. So Aomway have come out with this, and it has the option to use smart audio, which is good really, because it means that if you have like an old copter that is running Betaflight on-screen display that doesn't have smart audio, then you can get one of these. I think they cost just around about £12, and you can get smart audio on your copter. Of course, you need to have a spare UART for that, and you need to have Betaflight on-screen display. And the only thing that I'm not too keen on with this VTX is the mounting holes. You can see they are a M3, and the majority of these 20 by 20 stacks are a M2. However, I think it still will fit. You know, it's the other way around that's not going to fit. So I'm going to be picking a old-ish copter. I say ish because copters can seem to be outdated in just a few weeks these days, and I'm going to fit this to it. Now, it has 64 channels, which is crazy. I imagine a lot of those aren't legal. It switches from 25 milliwatt up to 200 milliwatt. And it takes a fairly high voltage range. I think it's 7 to 24 volts. We have just this small manual here with all of the channels on. So it does have a single button, and it doesn't have a display on it. That would have been nice. I always like a little display, but I think they've gone for the lighter option, and because it's using smart audio, I guess the idea is to go through the on-screen display and find out your power rather than relying on an LED. Therefore, it can be fairly lightweight, I think. Without its connector and mounts, it weighs just 3 grams, which is pretty nice. So it shows the connections here. So you can see that 7 to 24 volts. That's where the RX goes in on there, and we've also got a 5 volt out for a camera as well, and then video and ground, and another ground up there as well. So very small manual, doesn't show you how to set it up in Betaflight, but that's very easy. It's just on the peripheries on your spare UART, and you just change it to smart audio. So we have these mounting screws here, standoffs. As I say, they are M3, and we have got a little micro UFL connector with a sleeve dipole on the end of it there as well, and that just connects on there. So pretty straightforward. So this is where the majority of my 3-inch copters are kept, and I think I'm gonna go for the 3B 3-inch copter, because that's using the VTX003. It doesn't have smart audio, and it got a little bit of noise coming through to this system as well, so I'm gonna pick this one. Okay, so that went in there pretty nicely. It is a really snug fit. You can see I'm not able to put this nut on the back here because the frame gets in the way, and as I'm using the XJB F425, I've had to do a load of remapping again because there's no physical TX3 on there. So I've hooked it up to the LED pin and done some resource mapping. And I just want to state that even though the instructions say that it's smart audio, the protocol is actually the Tramp protocol, and that is an hour of my life that I'm not going to get back, but there you go. So yeah, if you're buying into this, make sure that you select the Tramp protocol and not smart audio. Okay, let's have a look, see if this thing is outputting the right power output. So I've plugged it in there, and it started off at 36 milliwatts, but it's gone down to 26, so this is the 25 milliwatt setting. That's about right. This is actually on the Fat Shark channel, so you might find that on Race Band it goes even lower than that, but I would say that was acceptable. So let's try changing the power now to 100 milliwatt and set, and let's see what that goes up to. So that is doing around about 85, around about correct, I would say. So let's then change it to 200 and then set. Okay, I've set that at 200 and it's sitting at around 180, so yeah, that's about right, I would say. So let's go into Race Band 1 and then see what that sits at 25 milliwatt. Okay, so that is Race Band 1 and it has gone down to 22 milliwatt, so after it's been switched on for a while. Of course, I haven't got a fan on it here, so you know, it'd probably go a little bit higher than that if it was cooler. Alright, let's see what the picture is like. So this is just 25 milliwatts. And just as before, I am getting a little bit of noise filtering through, but that was the same with the last VTX that was on here. So I'm going to put that down to the actual copter and components rather than the VTX. But yeah, picture's looking pretty nice. You know, I think I prefer these Runcam minis compared to the micros. So just 25 milliwatt there, so it's just okay for this field, which is fine. But yeah, I think that's not bad, you know. £12 for smart audio, or should I say Tramp audio. Yeah, I think it's alright. Yeah, I imagine I'd need to put a capacitor perhaps on the battery lead to stop that noise. It's pretty much exactly the same noise I was getting before with the Ishin VTX. I'll overlay a bit of that over the top here so you can compare it. But it is a different day and the conditions are different. It seems to be working pretty nice though. This copter could do with a bit of a tune, I think. It's like -4 out here at the moment, so the priorities are to make sure I can still move my fingers. Yeah, these motors run quite hot actually, and I don't think I'll be having a problem with that today. But yeah, I think this VTX is okay. I think especially for the money as well. Just make sure you don't get caught out using the smart audio protocol instead of the Tramp, because you'll spend a bit of time scratching your head with that, like I did for sure. Okay, 14.2. Time for come in for a landing, but as always I'll put a link in the description if you wish to get one. And thank you so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.